Stream tasting.
Shit.
Okay, we are live for the pre-show. Episode 9 already.
Shit. That's like 9 whole weeks.
Can you even believe that?
No, I can't. That's like crazy.
Yuki. No, well, no echo yet. I mean, we weren't talking. Don't you worry. Alessandra, just give it time. We're just in the testing phase. We have 9 minutes to figure it out because the echo will indeed show up. Don't you worry.
We're gonna need more than 9 minutes. Just saying.
Too bad. We're gonna have to change on the fly then.
I'm
Hugh Jackman. Wow, I take that as a fucking compliment.
A huge Jackman.
Yeah, I'm a huge Jackman. There's the so there's the echo. You said you spoke too soon. And yes, Alessandro, the cleavage is strategic so that you won't notice the echo.
My phone changed lagging balls to lagging alls with an apostrophe. How did they know that I was lagging alls? Like all the things were lagging. All of it was lagging. Would you guys still listen to the podcast if I talk like this the whole time? What does that sound like?
It sounds like exactly what you think it sounds like. Get some echo of this opening. Oh, hey, Logan.
Do you guys ever just hang out by yourself and try to annoy yourself? Just be super annoying?
To yourself?
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes I do that. I think maybe I'm just really annoying, but I've learned to condition myself to make it not a thing, I guess. So it has to come out, you know?
So if there's nobody else, you have to annoy yourself. Do you get annoyed? Or are you just doing things that are annoying and then you're
I'm shut the fuck up, Viz. No, hi.
But then you don't.
So we have to wrap up on the dot tonight because there's a huge
charity stream? Why, yes, there is.
Yeah, but also as well as Azeroth Roundtable, Scott Johnson. So.
Ooh, damn.
I know.
Yeah. So we should expect
many things going on tonight.
Yeah, expect everyone else to lose any views for the period of 11 p.m. Eastern to probably 1 a.m. Eastern. They go pretty long, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're really long. Yeah. Twitch.tv/lagging alls. Hey, Sel. I love you. When you come over, we're going to go to Walmart and get some snacks and spend all day eating the snacks, doing shit.
How bad is it, guys? How bad's the echo? Give it to me straight. Is everything I say echoing? Is it bad? Is it distracting? Is it only when I get louder?
Don't get louder. It's annoying.
Thanks. Oh, see, I didn't hear it at all. And then, I don't know. So some people are saying they're not hearing it, other people are. I hear it myself sometimes, which means I'm hearing it through this mic. So, yeah, I echo after you talk. I was fine until just now. Now I'm echoing.
Have you guys tried Snapchat? It's fun. I'm doing it right now.
I can
I'm
tell.
snapping.
We can all tell. How well did that echo? Rate my echo burp. Rate my burp echo. This mic is picking up her headset.
For real?
No, I don't think your headset's not even plugged in.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those dual input headsets, so the mic on her headset is not plugged in. Okay. On mine, I only have one mic input, so I think the echo that you guys are hearing is through her mic. So I will mostly try to just keep my voice down a little bit. Hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You just such a damn mouth. Before we get into the topic this week, can I complain?
Please.
Cool.
Or wait, do you want to wait until the show officially starts to complain?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Her headphones volume has nothing to do with it, Hagernator. You guys hear through OBS my headphone volume, not hers. So I think when you're hearing me echo, it's because my voice is echoing in her mic. For we have the type of mics that pick up everything in the room, which was foolish of me. But not well enough for us to just put it in the middle and both talk at it. We're too far for that and too close for this. Lower fists gain and pump up the output volume. I don't know if I can do that through OBS.
Gain.
Well, because her volume is coming through Skype. Her mic is coming through Skype. Yeah, same location. So you're seeing her video through Skype, and her audio is coming through her mic into Skype through OBS on my computer. So you're hearing what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's a funky setup that I'm sure we could do better. I think what I need to do is spend some quality time with Voicemeeter Banana and figure out how to do our virtual inputs. Her audio on her computer. Are you talking about lowering the gain on her mic through through right-clicking recording devices and going to her mic in that list? Is that what you mean, Pylon? Yeah, I'm not sure if we can.
How's that?
What did you lower?
My microphone?
Just your microphone volume?
Yeah.
So you went into your mic's properties and just went to the levels and lowered that?
Yeah.
I don't know. How's the echo sound now, guys? Because we've tried some of that before. Now she echoes? That doesn't make any sense. Say some other stuff. Let's hear. I didn't adjust anything, so she shouldn't be echoing. Suddenly. The fuck?
My phone keeps changing lagging balls to lagging alls like that. See? That's what happens when you update your phone. It forgets all the important things. Also, I'm apologize in advance. I'm so tired, you guys. Fuck.
Can you turn on the stream volume? Because I can't turn it on here. They're gonna hear it, and then it's gonna echo forever.
I hear it.
Oh, so you can tell how the volume levels are, and you haven't made any feedback on that?
Oh, I had to turn them up.
Oh, okay. All right. I think we're going to have to roll with this, guys, because it's time. The echo is going to come and go. It always does. I don't really understand what about our setup is letting it come through sometimes and not others. Can you post on social media for us that we're starting up? Thanks. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. We're not touching anything. Whole stream is a little quiet. I don't know what else I can do about that. Let's see.
We're touching stuff. We're just not touching stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hopefully the whole stream can be a little louder now. No echo. I did turn up my headphone volume a little bit, and hopefully that'll.
That's my chair.
Dondo this. All right, we're gonna roll with that. It's time to change.
You guys, those kind of stuff.
Okay, title has not been updated. We got 61C3 on.
No.
All right, get ready.
Are we getting ready now?
We're getting ready now.
I've been ready.
We're traveling very, very fast in a foreign land.
Like that?
Yes, that was perfect theme music. Thank you for doing that. And we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to episode 9. This week we're covering what it's like to live inside a video game, in particular, Blizzard video games. Go figure. So, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the LBS. Just a reminder, this is a stream. It's like a talk show. It's not a podcast. Our podcast is weekly, and it sounds much better than this with no echo, usually. And that you can find that on SoundCloud and a bunch of other places, but just check out laggingballs.com and you will find it. But this will probably be uploaded to YouTube unless I forget.
All right, good to know.
Just being honest. Yeah, so I just want to complain. I'm so tired. I finally got like an IRL job, like one of those jobs that you have to go outside to do. Like I used to be just a stay indoors content creator type person, but now I'm also that, plus going outside every day, well, mostly every day. See, I'm an intern, so it's not like a job yet, but I'm trying to get hired, so I'm treating it like a job. You guys
Of
understand,
course.
right?
Yeah.
So I got hired by this esports journalism place. It's like
Why'd you put that in quotes?
What did I put in quotes?
Esports journalism?
Did I really?
Did you? I thought you did. Maybe you didn't. I'm seeing things. Never mind.
So basically, I take a train from New Jersey to New York, and I walk a couple blocks down, like past Fifth Avenue and Madison Avenue, and then I go to this building, and I go up the elevator, and I sit down and write about Overwatch all day. So it's pretty cool. So I shouldn't be complaining at all, but here I am. So
Well, you're not complaining about the work. You're complaining about the change in lifestyle that is leading to a lot of tiredness.
Yeah, it's just like whenever you start a new job or like something new in your life happens, there's always that adjustment period,
Yeah.
And it's like it's exhausting. Like not to mention the fact that it was raid night last night and I only got 3 hours of sleep, but like it's just like when something new in your life happens, it's just like absolutely exhausting for a couple of days or weeks or whatever. And then you get into it a little bit. But
I think you might have your Skype like mic auto adjust on. It's under tools and options in Skype.
Tools.
Tool. Audio settings, microphone. Make sure that's not on automatically adjust. Was it? Do not have that checked.
Okay, it's not checked.
Okay. All right. Talk a little bit so they can test the volume because they weren't hearing you.
Okay. Yes, Penn Station is whack. It's I get lost every time I go into it, and everybody's always standing around and eating and shoving and touching me, and I'm just trying to get like okay. The thing about me, I have the worst sense of direction ever.
Yeah.
It's just like I can hardly remember what left and right is. Like it's that bad. Like it's not something that I'm just good at. Like I'm bad at it. And not to mention I have really bad eyesight. So I'm just like, where's track 1? Where's track 3? Where's my train? I don't know. Is this my train? Is this the right train? Maybe. Probably not. I'm not sure. Did we mess it up?
I have no idea why it would be doing these things.
Should I turn it down?
I guess.
How's that?
Uh, I don't. I don't know. You got to talk again once you adjust something so they can hear your
Okay.
volume. So keep talking about Penn Station.
All right.
Keep on your track.
It's like really gross smelling, and you have to go underground. And when you go underground, it it's really hot. And then when you get on the damn train, it's really cold, and it's just like the whole thing is just like uncomfortable and annoying. And I hate Penn Station. I think it's awful. I like it when you go outside of it because there's lots of cool people hanging around. Oh, and it's like New York Comic Con right now, so there's like so many people dressed up. I saw a dog dressed up like Wonder Woman on my way to work.
Oh my God.
How awesome is that? Um, uh, but yeah, so apparently I sound really spooky now. That's cool.
I don't know why you would just suddenly start echoing.
Maybe I am a poltergeist.
You've not usually been the echoey one. It's usually me.
Yeah, why did you put your problems all on me?
No.
Like, fuck you? What am I dressing up for Halloween?
Savage.
This year I'm dressing up like Silent Bob because I already have the costume. And I look amazing in a beard. Like, legit, if I was a dude, I would be insanely hot. Like, I'd be the hottest guy. And I'd probably have the biggest penis ever. Ever.
Ever.
And I'm not saying, like, bigger is better. No, far from it. But I'm just saying, like, I know in my heart that I would have a massive penis. So, maybe I should put, like a fake penis in my pants or something, just to, like, complete the look. I know he's gonna see it because we're wearing, like, an overcoat and stuff. Maybe it would help out. It's also weird because, like, when I paint a beard on my face, my confidence in, like, my appearance goes up by, like, 500%. Like, what does that mean? What is that?
I don't know. It's just the male thing. Like you've said that before, that when you put on a fake beard, you're suddenly very confident.
Yeah. I think it's just because I look so hot with a beard. You know? Yeah. Well, I essentially am going to be a bearded lady. Like, I'm dressing up like Kevin Smith. So, it means I'm a beardkin? Maybe I am. You know, I've always wanted to be part of, like, a subculture like that, like an otherkin or a brony or something like that. I don't know. I feel like if you have that in your life, like, it's very fulfilling. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just like an outsider looking in.
If you have what's fulfilling?
If you have just like
A beard?
maybe, but no, like if you're an otherkin, so like otherkins usually believe that they are an animal
Oh right.
or something. Like they're in the wrong body. Like they're actually an animal or whatever. And so, I can understand how it would be like kind of uncomfortable or painful because if like you truly believe that you're a wolf or something and you're a dumb old human, then like that can't be good. But at the same time, like how interesting would that be? Just I think I liken it to like when I was a kid, I would always pretend like I was an animal or something, and I just remember having a really good time with it. So I guess that's like my only way to relate to it, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So like, but as a kid, you're pretending to be an animal, but you believe it a lot more because you're a kid.
Yeah.
And so this, like, I would imagine is just like almost the adult version of that, except that it's not pretending. We're switching topics crazy style here, but this is interesting. So I don't know. I feel like we should maybe go with it.
Okay, sure.
But I feel like, isn't it? And otherkin is not pretending anything, right? They're
Right.
associating completely with
Yeah, that's what they believe that
being
they
an
are.
owl or whatever.
And I dig that. I think that's cool. Like I I don't know any better. Like I'm not an otherkin, so like how can I look at somebody who thinks they're a wolf and say you're not a wolf? Like I know they're not a wolf, but I don't know how hard they believe in being a wolf, you know? Like maybe they believe it so much that it's just like who they are, you know? And like who am I to say like yes you are a wolf or no you are a wolf or whatever. Um, you know?
Yeah.
But
Well,
uh
I mean, nobody's in that position, I don't think, right? Like it's harder to look. There's enough backlash against the kind of like formal, if you will, pronouns, right? Of he, she, or both, I guess, and
yeah.
like or neither, let alone associating it as an animal or an attack helicopter.
Or that or a triangle. Um,
Right. So,
but
I mean, who's to tell you that that's not okay? I don't feel like that's really anybody's place, but there's definitely a lot of lack of understanding about it. I don't understand about it. And when I don't understand things, I try to be open minded to them or learn more about them and that sort of thing. But that's definitely not everybody else's response to everything.
yeah, and it's harmless, you know, like as long as you're not going around biting people because you think you're a wolf. I mean, you're not hurting anybody, right? And
I
as for
guess.
like bronies and furries and stuff, like I don't know. I think that they've created a really positive culture around things that make them happy, you know?
Yeah.
Like I still am like super into the old My Little Ponies,
Yeah.
you know, because I grew up in like the early
The
90s and
classics.
stuff. The classics, yeah. Like I have like a huge tub of them. I love them to death. I think they're amazing. Um, didn't really get into the new ponies that much, but I love the culture that has come out of friendship is magic, you know?
Yeah.
And I've watched a few. I've actually there used to be at least some really cool documentaries on bronies um, on Netflix, I think. And they're just, you know, they're just nice and they they're inherently, you know, awkward kind of people, and I don't mean to generalize, but it's the truth. And you know, they've come together via this like super cute positive television show that teaches you that friendship is magic, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know, it's great. And speaking of, I think the new Pony movie comes out today, and I think that it's awesome that these bronies and Pegasisters get their own movie now. Like I'm really happy for them.
Sister? That's an awesome
Yeah,
term.
yeah.
What is
Female,
the what's the movie called?
I don't know. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic movie. I'm not sure.
Well, that's the original one, isn't it? Is Friendship is Magic? Is this the? Oh, it's just My Little Pony the movie.
Oh, cool.
Why didn't that
It's,
come out today? Why didn't that come out like the normal Wednesday night, Thursday?
I don't know.
Dude, Sia's one of the voices in that.
Oh yeah, there's like huge big names in it.
Holy shit! Yeah, you weren't kidding. Emily
So
Blunt, Zoe Saldana,
I'm happy for them.
Liev Schreiber.
It's gonna be great. Is anybody in chat room a brony or another kin or a furry? Like you don't have to say if you don't want to, but uh, you know, I'm here for that. I'm here for you guys. I uh
And
I wouldn't.
do you know enough about it to describe exactly what a brony is?
I don't think that I could properly. It's just I don't know, just like a. It's like when a fandom gets so big and personal and interactive that it becomes a subculture. So it's kind of like, would you call like the Blizzard community kind of a subculture?
Absolutely. But in the same way that we don't think anything weird about that, like there's nothing weird about bronies, right? Except that it's like I guess the idea that people have trouble reconciling is grown man and little pink ponies, right?
Yeah.
That's where the disconnect immediately comes in. So everybody just assumes that there's all this stuff associated with it. When in reality, I think the only thing associated with it is positivity, isn't it?
Mhm.
Positivity and friendship. Oh my God, what horrible things!
Yeah. There's worse things. Like worse things. And like furries, it's like everybody gives them a bad rep because they're like, oh, they want to dress up like animals and have sex. Like, you know, it's like, okay, everybody wants to have sex. Relax, you know, and like just because they're dressed up like animals doesn't mean they want to have sex with animals. They want to have sex with each other, dressed like animals. If that's even the case, like
Get it straight.
I think that's why people like give furries a bad rap because they're like, oh, it's just all that weird, gross sex stuff. Ugh.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, they themselves are having weird, gross sex,
right. Because
you know,
everybody does.
just minus the costume. But but it's not
Yeah.
that's not that's not true. Like, I mean, yeah, it's true, but not in all cases. That's just a small part of the whole subculture. It's just like these people feel like they look more like themselves, more like how they feel inside when they dress up like an animal that, you know, kind of represents who they are. So it's kind of like me dressing up like Silent Bob. Like I feel like Kevin Smith, you know? And I feel like I look really good with a beard. Unfortunately, I am not a dude, and I have no desire to become a dude. And I don't identify as a dude, but I feel like that's what I am inside. So, you know, I'll dress up like Silent Bob and, you know, I feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that I want to have sex with people who look like Jason Mewes. That's actually the opposite of what I want to happen. Also, that doesn't really make sense. I don't know where it's going with that.
There's a solid question in chat though. If they dress up as dogs, is every possession that they do while having sex doggy style?
Yes.
I think the answer to that is clearly yes.
Yes.
But solid question.
Yep. That's a good question. That's the kind of question we appreciate here on
Yes.
the LBS. This LBS is kind of going off the rails. Like our topic was supposed to be what would happen if we got sucked into a video game
Yeah.
and had to live out our lives in a video game, and would we be able to survive, and what kind of character would we be? So I guess we'll say that for next week, I guess, because I've been talking for like 20 solid minutes but absolutely nothing. But
It was far from nothing. We've been talking about bronies and other kin, and the other kin is how we got off on this subject. I say we roll with it.
sure.
I'm going to change the title of the episode even.
Okay, cool. So let's get back to the WoW community because most of us watching and talking are part of that. So I would say like the biggest thing in our culture as far as like being social goes is obviously BlizzCon, and that's coming up in what, 4 weeks or something like that. Like that's ridiculous. But like I guess you would call it a subculture because I know a lot of us, myself included, who like just live and breathe Blizzard, you know? Like it's all the games, it's all our friends, it's what we like to do, and then when BlizzCon rolls around, it sells out because there's so many of us. So I'd say, yeah, we're a subculture. Like we've got our own lingo, like we're talking about stuff, like, oh hey, debuff me in the ass, please.
I
I don't think I've ever said that. I mean, maybe I have, but I don't know. It's like, yeah, I would
mean,
love.
look, does this turn you on? Because if this turns you on, then you're definitely part of the Blizzard subculture.
What do we think about people who play tunes and WoW of the opposite sex? Okay, I have one.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have one experience with that. That's like I've like rolled dude tunes before, and just like, oh, I just feel like customizing a character and like leveling it for a little while or whatever. Um, but a few years ago, I decided to make a tank. Like I've been uh, range DPS almost my entire WoW career, like my serious WoW career, and I felt nervous about it because like when you go into uh, a tanking role, you're kind of in the lead role, like usually and hopefully, the DPS and the heals will look to you to make the moves and sort of like set the pace for the dungeon
Yeah.
and bring things in and blah 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 blah. So like you're kind of in charge.
Yeah.
Um, and that was a lot of responsibility for me. And I have, kind of like grown up through WoW, disciplining myself and to make sure that like I respect my tank as long as the tank respects me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, range DPS, like I stay behind the tank. I target what the tank is targeting. I, move with the tank, pay attention to the tank, etc.
Yeah.
And, I never go off and like pull on my own or go ahead of the tank. Like I can't stand that. Like that's not happening. So I've spent like a lot of years, and I still do, putting a lot of faith and trust and uh, a lot of big expectations into following my tank. Like my tank is that. So when I was going to step into this role for the first time, I was nervous, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. Like I've had a lot of people reach out, talking about that. It's like I would love to try tanking, but it just seems like there's a lot of pressure. And there is. Like you're not going to get away from that. So if you finally, have the courage to step into that role, uh, it can be daunting. So the way I dealt with it is by making a male character. So I made a male Tauren, a big old beefy male Tauren called Battle Cry. Don't know how that was available,
That's a
but
fucking sweet name.
all right. And I leveled him from one. Like I went from scratch. I didn't boost him or anything. Like there's no. I think I had heirlooms, but I wanted to make sure that I knew how, it was a warrior. So I wanted the ins and outs of tanking, and I wanted not only to get to know this tanking spec, but also how to tank, because
Uh,
it takes a lot of practice. So I'm going into these dungeons, I'm gaining confidence, I'm learning how to do them, all the while um, using like my male persona um, to kind of like, I don't know, cushion anything that anybody might say, because I knew in my heart that I rolled this male tune on like this male tank because I figured if anybody had anything, you know, constructive criticism is fine, but if anybody had anything bad to say about what I was doing or what my tanking was like, at least they couldn't say, "Oh, well, you're a girl, so you suck."
yeah.
And to be fair, like people don't usually do that. Like you hear the horror stories and like the sexism that goes on and stuff like that. That stuff is real, but it doesn't happen as often as you think, or at least not in my experience. But I don't know, just like being a dude was kind of a catch-all. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just another dude. Don't pay attention to me if I screw up. I'm
Sure.
just another dude. And I'm not saying like even if I rolled a female tune, like there's probably no guarantee that anybody would ever suspect that I was a girl anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just a way for me to feel better about the whole thing. And happily, eventually, I think in like the end of Mop or something like that, I gave Battlecry a sex change and a race change, and I changed her to a female blood elf, and I kept going with her. And obviously, like I don't really play alts anymore. Like I'm still my mage, but like it was an interesting learning experience, and it was kind of lame that I had to use like that whole like dude
Yeah.
facade
Yeah.
to gain confidence, but
Yeah. Totally.
it worked. Like it's shitty that I had to do that, but it worked.
So speaking of shitty that you have to do, I think your volume might be fluctuating because you're not speaking directly at the mic. So just move it a little more directly in front of your mouth. It's okay. It happens to every mic. um, but yeah, I think I was watching a little bit, and I think when you turn your head a little bit, it's just fluctuating the volume for some reason more than usual. Anyway, there've been some really very on point, very relatable and related comments about this in chat. First of all, one of the things that I wanted to say was that I I think it's really cool that you did that. I think it's probably not far off from you making a makeup beard on yourself and then feeling confident because of that. Um, it seems like pretty much the same thing, making a male Tauren to tank with and using not only an ambiguous and non-female name, but also an awesome name. Um,
Best time ever.
Meant that you just were a badass that nobody could tell what you were and whatever. And I remember when you started that, and you were just like, you were making up names for your pulls, like when you'd like
Yeah.
the types of pulls you were doing. You started like making names for like,
Taking is really fun.
yeah, yeah, you were kicking ass at it. So
It's actually nice to be in charge too, for once.
yeah,
Like I can pull at my own pace, the preferred pace, because there's nothing worse than like a slow tank. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, we get it. It's good. I'm OP. Just pull. It's fine.
Yeah. So that touches a little bit on what Dazzledorn was saying. Like, do you think that people who play tunes of the opposite sex in WoW, if that's a deep psychological reason that they do this? I think
Yes,
we
it
just
is.
discussed one,
I mean, yeah,
and I don't know
that's
about it being
one.
like a yeah, and I don't mean that that's like a negative thing.
Yeah.
I don't know the connotation you meant, Dazzledorn, as far as like whether deep psychological reason is necessarily bad. I feel like what this was just describing is a psychological reason, but it sounds to me like she has, was really clear with herself on why she did it. She did it purposefully. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Somebody else also made a comment. I'm missing it now, but also about whether. Oh, it's you again. Do you think a lot of women play WoW role who play WoW role main characters so they won't get bothered and harassed in the game because they're female? That's absolutely the case for some people. Yes.
I've met a lot of people like that. And I've met a lot of dudes who play female characters, like Gojira said, because they want to feel pretty. Like they would rather stare at a pretty character, for like what, 12 hours a day or a week or however long like normal people play WoW. I've heard a lot of dudes who play female characters because they like to stare at their butts
Yep.
as they run
That was
all
said here
day.
in chat too.
Yeah, that's psychological.
Yeah, but is
And
there anything wrong with it? Hell no.
no,
You know?
that's the thing about WoW. In World of Warcraft, there's literally absolutely no difference between male and female characters except for like the way transmog looks. Like it's all aesthetic. That's it. There's nothing different. And in video games, I don't know, like yes, there are some like psychological reasons why people choose things and do things, but I think that's all personal. But like in the grand scheme of things, in general, the things in video games are not real and therefore don't really matter, And I'm saying this as somebody who strictly plays video games and that's it. It's just I think what I'm getting at is like the industry and the development and like I don't know, the tangibleness of video games matters very much and the gaming culture matters very much and
Yeah.
did I say industry? And the community, it all matters very much. But it's like I don't know if I'm making my point clear. I'll try. So a few Aprils ago, um, WoW did their usual April Fools, and they posted a picture of this really funny looking Draenei girl, just her face, and it was on the eve of I think it was in WoD. It was on the eve of like when they were gonna redo some of the models, like the Belf models and the Draenei models. So they're like, "Hey everybody, look, it's the new Draenei model," and it was like this Draenei, just like like some like she's just like making a face and she
Yeah.
had like some double chin, like everybody gets double chin when they like pull their heads back and shit. And the weirdest thing happened and I still can't wrap my head around it to this day, but people got fucking offended. They're like, "You are making fun of women? Oh my god." La, la, la. Like how dare you like post this as a joke? It's not funny. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at this like picture of this purple space goat made of pixels and I'm like, how is this disrespecting anybody? It's like or like when Tracer had that pose where her butt was showing, it's like she just happened to be posing in a way that you could like see her butt.
Yeah.
But like
But
if
not even much.
if any like I don't mean to alarm you guys, but 9 times out of 10, when you walk around somebody, you can probably see their butt. I'm just saying. But it's just like it just boggles my mind how people can just like take these things that don't even exist and shouldn't even really matter and just get like supremely upset about them
Yeah.
and take them the wrong way. It's like it's obviously just like, maybe there's some girls out there or some people out there who slightly resembled that silly looking Draenei and got offended.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some
I don't know where it comes from, honestly. I couldn't figure it out at the time.
I don't know. I have no idea. It was just like the weirdest thing to me. And like the the episode of the Lagging Balls podcast, which is not this. This is the stream on the podcast. It's called, I think, like Fist's Booty Rant or something.
Butt rant.
Rant. Fist Butt Rant.
Fist's
That's like
Butt
one of our
Rant.
most popular episodes.
It
probably
sure
because
is.
it's got the word butt rant in it.
Yeah,
Um, but I just went off on this like
it's way
really
up there.
angry tangent about, just like this stuff doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like relax, it's not real. But I don't know. And like I realized that in itself is walking like a fine line. Like you can't there's a lot of pressure on the gaming industry to like make sure that they don't disrespect women by making things like overly sexy or erotic or whatever. But at the same time, like you want your characters to look good and be compelling and like
Yep.
be appealing to male players who are, still, albeit like it's leveling out a little bit, still the main demographic of gaming in general, you
Yeah.
know? Um, and like that being said, like the scope of what is considered attractive these days is getting bigger, like and
Yeah.
that's not like a pun either. Like May comes to mind, like that's an example. She's a full figured woman who's walking around in a massive parka and boots and people are still going mental over her. Like that's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
And like Anna, I'm talking about Overwatch characters, but Anna is like, an elderly woman, but she's still in there and she look good, you know what I'm saying? And then some people are here for that. Like some people, like older women, that's their jam. Uh,
Snap.
exactly, and that's good. That's real good. So like I understand that, there is a line that you shouldn't cross. I don't know if I personally would be upset if, Overwatch is like, hey, it's the new fall seasonal. We're not doing Halloween Terror this year. We're going to be doing all lingerie all the time. Like all the skins are just straight up lingerie and it's going to be sexy. Like I understand that that would probably be crossing a line for some people, but I don't know. Just like to me, it doesn't matter because it's not real, and I don't know. It's hard to articulate it because there's so many like facets to this argument,
Yeah.
and also I don't even remember when I started talking about it. But yeah, Soldier 76 and the thong would be
There you go. Wait,
thank you, Liz.
didn't they do it? Did they do a thong for uh, the Summer Games Heroes of the Storm? The guy I'm forgetting with the giant gun.
I'm just gonna let you flounder for a sec.
Like I know chat is talking about Overwatch instead, which is solid examples. Like the McCree that Draven brought up. The
Tightness, damn it.
Tychus, thank you, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, was he in the thong? He was in the thong. Didn't he have like dick jiggle in the GIF of his like?
You know what? The gaming industry needs a lot more dick
Yes,
jiggle.
it does. Yeah,
Like
I'm all in. I'm all in on this. Like it's
everything should
equal
jiggle.
opportunity.
Everything should jiggle. Yes, equal opportunity.
Yes.
Like there's some fine looking men in the Blizzard franchises.
Banana hammock.
Yes,
That's
full
still
on
funny. That's like
dong
a
physics.
childhood term, and yes,
You
still
guys know I
forever.
love them dong physics.
Thanks, Scorbutic. He's my dong physics bro.
Dong physics.
Dong. That's my new gangster name. Don Physics.
Yeah. But like it's true. I really don't care about this whole like, oh, video games are objectifying women. It's like, no, it's fine. Not real. It's fine. Um, but it is especially like even though I don't care, I can understand why people would care. I get it, and
Wait, about
therefore,
which part?
if you see sexy Tracer in her bikini and you get offended, get it. I get it. I get it that you're offended. I understand why you might feel offended. I get it. Go ahead and do that. That's fine. Just don't do it near me. However, when it is a Draenei or like a sexy orc or like a sexy goblin, something that does not exist in the IRL, the lesser of the two worlds, then that pisses me off, because it's like there's literally nothing to be upset about. Like, are
Yeah.
you really upset about a goblin in a bikini? Like, are you really upset about
Yeah.
that? Like, do you really need to?
Like how
Do you
like how
do you
my
know what's
favorite porn is like celeb fakes. Like how can you even be mad? Like they're not even real.
That's right. It's not real. It's all fake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So how offensive is that to anybody when it's not like
It's not
it's not
offensive
even
to me.
real?
It's not even offensive to anybody. Like if somebody like put my head on a
Well,
nude and then showed it to
okay,
me, I'd be
just
like,
stop
that's
because like
not
you're
real.
giving people ideas. But
Dude,
the
they've
idea.
had that opportunity for years.
However, I mean, no, okay, all right. So I was saying how can anybody be offended? But like you gave the example of you are the way we joke on here. Clearly, you would not be offended by that. But there are plenty who are. You know,
Yeah.
and like, is that wrong? Because I don't feel like that's wrong.
No. Like what I'm saying is like I understand why people get offended by these things. And therefore, I'm not going to judge you for getting upset by it. I'm not going to say, shut the fuck up. I mean, even though I am saying shut the fuck up, I'm also saying that I get it. Um, but I don't know. I think it just like it ultimately comes back to like the general populace's boner for feeling offended by everything lately, which
Yeah.
is really annoying. And it's rampant in the gaming community because gamers just get offended and upset by the tiniest things. And it really sucks. And like, it's been super prevalent lately in Overwatch, and it's starting to spill out a lot into, Jeff Kaplan's dev updates and his blue posts and things like that. And I don't know, man. Like, it's literally so bad that it's slowing down the development of the entire game because they're having to grab some people from the Overwatch team who would normally be working on the game and improving it and helping it along and letting it evolve. And they're dealing with people who are awful and, like trying to ban them and trying to deal with them and punish them and things like that. So like the toxic gaming community, which I think is separate from all of us here today, I hope.
Would they be a subculture?
Uh,
Those who are the toxic?
no, I don't think so because like a subculture wants to kind of like come together and celebrate what they do and what they love. Uh, the toxic gaming community, um, they draw their power and their identities from being anonymous. So it's not like it's like the South Park
I was
episodes
just gonna say, yeah.
where Skank Hunt and fucking uh they get together and they're all just like a bunch of douchebags and they find friendship by being so that wouldn't actually happen. But
Skank hunt. Wasn't there a number?
Skank Hunt, I'm not gonna say 76 because that's not right. I'm just
Skank
saying
hunt
that
42.
Skank Hunt 42. And then what was the short guy's name? Like Dildo Baggins Dildo Swaggin.
That's a fucking
Remember
great name.
in the WoW episode, fucking loves to spooge.
Those are all fucking great names. Oh my god. Of course the South Park guys would come up with like the perfect names.
Yeah, well,
Like the perfect names that we always go back to. Only one of which I remember, which is Juiced Kermit.
Juiced Kermit, like Karate Christ, and some others.
Yeah. Karate Christ. I forgot about
Yeah,
that one.
I like that one.
Juiced Kermit and Karate Christ.
Evil Batman.
Evil
Like,
Batman was
Evil
awesome.
Bat MENG. Evil Batman.
That guy was amazing.
He was. He would go into comms and he'd be like, "Hey guys, it's Evil Batman."
And everything he said became a catchphrase forevermore.
Yeah.
And then he'd disappear for months and he'd be like, dude, welcome back. And then he'd say something immediately that's another catchphrase that would last months and he'd just disappear again.
I miss Evil Batman.
I hope that guy knows how awesome he is because if
I
you're
think
out there,
he
Evil
does.
Batman, you're amazing.
I think he does. I think he knows. But yeah, anyway, we're getting off
But yeah,
topic.
yeah. And so back to Jeff Kaplan for a sec. Score brought up how he got a little frosty on the blue post the other day because you can tell this is ramping up as an issue. It's something that's really bothering them.
Yeah, like this like it should have been another drop in the bucket of toxicity. This one dude was like, "Oh, you need to like replace some members on your team because they're not doing their job and I don't like what they're doing and blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And
Presumptuous much?
exactly. But that shit happens all of the time, like every hour of the day, every day, so it should have been a drop in the bucket. But like, obviously, you know, Jeff Kaplan is dealing with all these like fucking whiny ass babies who are awful and entitled for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
And he got angry because like Jeff told us there's literally 100 people working day and night, sometimes like missing their kids' dance recitals and time with their families to work on this game because they love it, you know?
Yep.
And, you know, there's people online who feel so fucking entitled and so self-righteous that they are personally attacking these you know, these albeit wonderfully talented, amazing people, these normal, regular, everyday people who are just trying to do a job. They're attacking them, saying that they need to be replaced, they need to be fired, they're stupid, sending them like death threats, calling them horrible, horrible names, like finding out their actual names and addresses and doing horrible things to them. It's like, obviously, Jeff, at like being the face of the Overwatch team, like he's taking the brunt of this, and like obviously it's starting to really hurt. And so, you know, Jeff said that he wouldn't tolerate people calling for the dismissal of, you know, people working on Overwatch and the devs and stuff, and then like break, and then he says, "See you in 30 days."
Ouch.
And then he probably typed out "bitch," but then, you know, retracted. But yeah, I'm worried at this point because like obviously I don't know Jeff Kaplan, and we most of us only know him through like his cute dev updates and stuff, where he seems like he's this like puppy dog eyed, doe eyed, cute, adorable, nerdy type guy who's like soft spoken and just like super excited about video games. And like people are breaking him apart, you know, because like if you are the head of a company working on this awesome game, like presumably these 100 people are pretty tight.
100
you know?
people?
They're probably really, you know, friendly with each other, and it probably really hurts because like you go into work and like everybody's doing their job and being nice and making all these sacrifices for us, and people are just.
That's what he said too. Is just like that they're all everybody who works on it, and there's got to be exceptions, right? He probably doesn't know for sure, but I mean, Blizzard does a pretty decent job of having people who are dedicated to the game. So he said, you know, everybody who's in here is busting their ass because they love this stuff and they're really trying hard. So when you make us do other things instead of what we want to do, which is to work on the game, then, you know, that's not fun for anybody.
No.
So quick time out on that because we can come right back to it. But I just want to remind everybody this show is part of the Extra Life charity stream fundraising effort that we kicked off tonight, the hour before this show started. So I've put up 2 links here. We're accepting donations, not to us. It's going directly to Extra Life, which then benefits children's hospitals in each of the individual areas. And all of the donations to these 2 different places go to the same overall team. So it's all going to the same pot toward the same goal. And we're looking for we've got a goal of $1,000 through tomorrow night. It's going to also spill into Sunday morning because of some of the streaming schedules, but roughly 24 hours. We're trying to get to $1,000. The first link here in chat is Thist's Extra Life page, and the second one is mine. So definitely donate to mine instead.
Yeah. No, donate to mine. That's why I wear this bathing suit top as a top.
That is so not fair. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Don't get us kicked off Twitch, please. Because then
donate to me.
Stop.
For the children.
I'm literally going to take money away from you and the children because of that.
We could just said it all goes to Robert Wood Johnson.
That's right. Every time I go to work, I have to like check out Robert Wood Johnson.
If only we could have set that as the charity. Everybody join us on our charity run for Robert Wood Johnson.
Like, how appropriate would that be for Legging Balls, for our brand?
Oh no, it's broken. Shit.
What's broken? Oh no.
If it's not broken.
Thorn is broken. Thorn is broken.
Here, let me try it in an incognito window. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
No, it's working on my end.
Super off topic again. When I was a kid, I went to a children's hospital when I was like 9 or 6 or something. I don't know how people remember how old they were when they were kids when things happened. Are you guys like that? Like, I can't say, oh, when I was 7, I went to something, something happened to me. Like, I don't fucking remember when anything happened to me. I only start remembering when things happen to me when I turn like 13-ish. But everything before that's kind of a blur. That's just me anyway. So
You
I
only
kept getting,
started remembering?
like, I can only like say, oh, that happened to me when I was 13, Like, I know for sure that that happened to me when I was 13. But anything before that, it's kind of like all mushed together. It's like I could have been 12, I could have been 7. I have no idea. Like, I really don't. Like, like Wicked Kitten says, like, I remember grades and stuff, but like anything outside of that, I have no idea. But anyway, so I was like a kid, and I would always get like sore throats. Like my tonsils would get really infected and swell up, and it would just like always happen. So I had to get my tonsils out. So I went to a children's hospital, and that was in Ottawa, Canada. That's where I'm from. And they did a good job taking out my tonsils. So without children's hospitals, I might still have tonsils, and that would probably be bad for some reason. Couldn't tell you, but I have no idea. But that's me trying to relate to this.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, that's like the fact that it specifically helped you makes that a very personal thing.
Yes.
And she can't hear it because she's streaming at the same time here, but I do want to send a shout out to Natalie. She's at Croc Argyle. We were hosting her Twitch channel before this. We'll probably host hers again for a little while after this before one of us starts streaming as well this evening. She's going through 3 a.m. Eastern. And she's probably sharing our donation buttons because of the way that Extra Life works. She's associated with a different team or whatever. Or it might be that you can use hers and she'll transfer it or something. I forget how she's going to do it, but this was all her idea. So shout out to her and thanks to her for doing it because it's nothing but a good positive thing for the children's.
And when we start streaming, like after this and like in between her slots, God, we will tell you.
Just own it, girl. Just own it.
Okay, I will. Slots. There's lots of slots in Las Vegas. We will tell you on social media and our Discord. So.
Yeah, we'll keep posting it. Yeah. But anyway, her Fist's link is better now, but still use mine.
I'm all warmed up, Daddy.
You need to get... I have to beat her in donations, guys, so... Come on. She's clearly not playing fair here, guys. Not playing fair.
How is it not fair that I'm simply using what I have?
Did it look like I was looking at it on stream? Because that's what I was trying to do.
Don't fake look at me. I don't like it. Also, don't look at me IRL. Don't look at me.
Yeah. Okay, so I think what we'll probably do is get into some Overwatch after this stream, which is we're not quite over yet, but we'll probably bust that first. So stay tuned for that. That'll be on my channel, but it will be hosted here because everything's gonna be hosted through here. So.
Yeah, you should do that.
Thanks, Alejandris. I appreciate that.
You should play that game.
You should play with us.
Huh?
You should play with us.
I should. I've been writing about overall. Oh my god, I had to write about CS:GO this morning. Oh my god, I have no fucking idea about what the hell that, like, I used to play Counter-Strike like back when I was like 13 or something. I have no recollection. But oh my god, you guys, games that aren't Blizzard are just like so lackluster. Like, fuck, like, who cares?
Fuck, who cares?
Don't come at me with your CS:GO, okay? Like, fuck, I don't give a shit. Oh, fuck. Although I wrote this cool article this morning. Apparently, in Finland, you have to do military training for at least 6 months when you turn 18.
Wow.
Like, every man has to do it. Like, every dude. I think unless you're like a Jehovah's Witness, and then you get like kind of like an exempt thing or something. Anyway, so you have to do that. But if you're like a young athlete, like a young professional athlete, you get special like perks. Like, you get more days off. Like, because when you're like a normal dude in the Finnish military, like, you only get weekends off, maybe, like, it depends on what's going on. But if you're like an athlete, and you need to keep up like training and practicing and stuff like that, then they'll give you like more days off, and they'll give you like special leeway and stuff like that. The Finnish government has decided to also consider esports players, like young esports players, as athletes. So they get like more time to play video games. They also get
Wow.
more physical training to combat like what's going on here, like the gamer bod, because gamer bod plus military training equals no. So I don't know. I just thought that was cool. That was a cool article, right? But yeah, uh, but yeah, no.
That's pretty cool. How did you find that?
Oh, the editor sent it to me. I
Oh,
fucking
okay.
care about CS:GO. Like, uh, anyway, this show has been like
We're
everywhere.
all over the place, yeah.
We are all over the
Like
place.
as soon as I set the title as BlizzCon, Otherkin, Bronies, and WoW subcultures, I think we like departed from that like within 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is kind of what I envisioned this stream show would be
Yeah,
in the beginning. Just
topics are dangerous.
talking with you guys. I have a really unnatural ability to ramble about stuff, so I think that's good too.
It's interesting though. Like if you were a boring rambler, there wouldn't be 31 people in here. Right,
Yeah.
guys? Well, you are showing some cleave, so
I am wearing a bathing suit top as a top, so
I mean fair, but it's not like I feel like we shouldn't count any donations that go to your stream because you're cheating.
I'm not
You're
cheating.
straight up cheating.
I'm doing this for the kids.
Cleaving it up for the kids. That's what we
That's
should have
right.
called the the title of this one. Cleaving it for the children.
I'm just using what I have. We are the world. We are the children. Etc. Hear that song?
Yeah. No, boobs are not cheating, but cleaving it out like this on
Listen,
it's not fair. That's why I
I
listed both of our things because I wanted to get more donations for my channel. I was trying to compete here, and there's no competition. Damn it! It's not fair.
I'm just saying I have cleavage either way. No matter what I do. So may as well
Wait
use
a
it.
minute. Wait a minute. I have control here. Hold on.
Very funny.
There we go.
You're a shit.
You are no longer cheating.
You're just jealous.
Sal said if I put on a bikini top, he'll donate 20.
Yeah. I will retract 20, and also both of my eyeballs out of my skull. Because no, thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
putting you back.
kitten, you and me, cleavage, cleavage sisters. I don't know. Like maybe we'll press them together. I don't know. Is that like too erotic or is that just friendly? I don't know because I don't hang out with girls IRL. Like I don't have any like IRL girlfriends. I don't know if like pushing our cleavages together would be, like would I have to commit to you after like would I have to like buy you dinner? I don't I don't know if that's like a thing that women do to like bond or to like bond.
It's
Idea.
a different kind of bonding, I think.
The thing I'm hoping
Bondage
for
bonding?
most at BlizzCon, actually no, the thing that I'm hoping for second most at BlizzCon is to sign boobs. I want to put my hands on some boobs, like woman boobs, man boobs. I don't care.
Woman boobs.
I would like to
Man
sign
boobs.
my name. And some people were talking about it in our Discord, saying that they'd like their boobs signed, and I would like to do that. I think that that would definitely be a highlight for me. I love boobs. I love moobs. I love moobies, memories, hairy ones, freaky ones, those banana shaped ones. Yeah, I like those too. Um, like those weird cone ones from the 50s. It's all good. Boobs are great. It doesn't even matter. I mean, sometimes they can be attached to people who aren't great, but they're still great. It's not their fault that they're attached to a jerk. I don't know. There's gonna be lots of boobs.
Banana boobs.
Banana boobs.
I should just keep changing the title throughout our episodes and just see like which titles bring people. Actually,
See which one sticks at the end.
well, probably. Well, yeah, maybe that. But I was gonna say if I changed it to banana boobs just now, we'd probably get banned.
Most likely.
Would we get banned for just using the term banana boobs? We're not showing any banana boobs.
I think we can talk about boobs. We just can't show boobs.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into the rules.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. Anyway.
Boobs that poke your eye.
So yeah,
I
so
would totally display that, but it would get us kicked off of here. We're trying to do a charity stream. I can't show some banana boobs right now and get banned.
but yeah, so if you guys want to donate, that'd be sweet. If not, just spread the word a little bit. It'd be great too. And I will probably be streaming later on. I actually have no idea, but I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be great. Can't guarantee I'm gonna wear the bathing suit top still though, because like it's really sweaty. Like
Oh yeah.
this is made out of like a really weird like swimming material that goes in the water. So I'm not sure. I just pictured somebody tying their boobs in a knot. That sounds painful. But yeah, so
Tying the boobs in a knot? Is that what?
yeah.
Was that the question? I missed the context there.
So let's summarize. So like bronies and furries and otherkins, etc. are great. They're not hurting anybody. They're just having a good time. It's not necessarily all about the sex, but it
But the
some
sex.
some is, but that's because we're humans and we like to do that. What else? Uh, Playing either a male or a female tune in Overwatch, yeah, Overwatch or World of Warcraft is fine. Whatever your reasoning for it is cool. It doesn't matter. And that brings us to our next point. If something doesn't exist because it's part of a video game and not real life, then I probably don't feel bad if you're offended by it. But at the same time, I do understand that there is a line, and I do understand that when somebody is offended by something, it usually means that it's how they feel, and I respect your feelings. Just go away with them.
I like that. I respect your feelings, but just go away with them.
Yeah, like if you have feelings like that, go to your room and chill out. Leave me alone. Come back when you're better. It's all good. We can get through this together. What else did we talk about after that? Leave Jeff Kaplan alone.
Or he might just take you out with a long range beam.
Yeah, he'll see you in 30 days.
Oh man.
Which either means he got banned for 30 days, or he's going to actually see him in 30 days when he goes to that dude's house to curb stomp his face. Or he's going to see him at BlizzCon. I think Rose suggested that. He's like, oh, does he mean like see him at BlizzCon? Like he's going to fight him? Like you guys know that there's like a huge loot box that's going to be unboxed on one of the stages on Saturday, I think. Yeah, Jeff's going to pop out.
If he pops out in a wrestling what's it called? Wrestling. If he pops out in a wrestling outfit, I'm running for my life. Fuck that.
Oh, we're all dead because you wrestle with Jeff. You gotta prepare for death. So
there's no way they could get him to do that. He's too shy. But how
Ian
fucking
did not
funny
shave
would
his
that do?
head. That was some weird Photoshop. That was like some MDI bullshit going on.
What are you talking about?
Since Ian mentioned the MDI, there's like the bald jokes going around.
Oh.
And somebody like photoshopped him and Laura with bald heads. No, he did not shave his head. He did, however, get a haircut, and it looks very nice. But that's neither here nor there. What else? Right. Leave Jeff alone.
Yep.
The toxic gaming community is not a subculture. It is just a bunch of assholes.
Assholes.
What did we talk about after that? Then we started talking about the charity thing.
Oh yes, the charity thing is then the boobs. Because the boobs were an indication of doing it for the children.
That's right, and I think that pretty much wraps up our show.
It does, and like Alessandra said, Azeroth Roundtables in 2 minutes. You guys should go check them out. I'm gonna put up the donation thing one last time because I'm spamming the shit out of you guys, so I apologize for that. No, I'm not. It looks like I messed up my copy paste. Here we go. There it is.
That's quality.
This is the these are the links. Don't donate to Thist. Donate to Thorn. Thank you guys all for coming yet again. This is always really fun. 36 people in here right now, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, hey guys.
I hate having to leave when we have like the best numbers we have going right now, but
just
it's not quite the best numbers on that.
Everybody promised to go over to Azeroth Roundtable after this and tell them that Lagging Balls sent you.
Yes.
Just be like, hey guys, Lagging Balls sent us, and they had a good show. They talked about things. Probably.
There you go. Lagging Balls sent us here for the boobs. Perfect. Because Scott Johnson will be on there and he will laugh at that.
He will. He thinks boobs are hilarious. All right. Bye, guys. We love you. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next Friday. And our next podcast episode is coming out presently. So We're working on it. Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye. I love you.